Good morning, great Americans. It's another great American video from the Kentucky bunker. This is another one in my series of updating old videos. My first, if I ask people to watch my videos, but the fact is that my older videos are pretty cheesy. I mean, these videos that I make now are pretty cheesy. The ones I made before were really cheesy, pretty not good at all. So I've been trying to update them a little bit. And one of them I did was on taxes. Now we're so caught up lately in all the trials and the hush money and all this stuff that people are neglecting to look at the real issues which make a difference in the economy and people's lives. And one of them is taxes, tax policy, tax rates. And the fact is that the Democrats are horrible on taxes. Their tax policies destroy the economy. They destroy jobs. They punish successful people. They just don't understand taxes, okay? So the correct tax policy to have is to find what, Art Lafleur back in the days of Ronald Reagan had what he called the Lafleur curve. And basically, here's the logic behind it. You take tax rates from 0 to 100%. Well, obviously, neither one of those is acceptable, right? You can't tax people 0% because you get no taxes. You can't tax people 100% because then nobody has any money and everybody dies in poverty. Nobody's going to work if they give 100% of their money away, obviously, right? So somewhere between 0 and 100% is the optimum tax rate, which will give you the most revenues. I repeat, revenues. Revenue is the money coming in. A lot of people get the word taxes and revenues mixed up. So the optimum tax rate, which will give you the most revenue, and yet at the same time not hurt the economy by overtaxing people, right? You want to tax as little as possible because the lower the taxes, the more that business people can invest in their companies and hire more people, right? This is basic logic 101. So you want to keep taxes as low as possible to spur the economy, and yet you do need to bring in some revenue. So you have to have some tax rate. And so the sweet spot is where you want to be. That's how Republicans deal with taxes. That is not how Democrats deal with taxes. Democrats see taxes as a punitive tool to punish the people they don't like, to help the people they do like. And they just don't do taxes correctly, right? That's why, that's why whenever Democrats are in power, we lose good jobs. Now, I realize that the fake news liars and the fake news medias right now are telling you that unemployment is good. That is a gigantic lie. Propaganda, fake news lie leading up to the election. The fact is, if you do your due diligence, almost all jobs, now listen to this, almost all jobs created under Obama and Biden were part-time jobs. Now think about that. Almost all jobs created under Obama and Biden were part-time jobs. What does that mean? First of all, it means none of the jobs that they created can support anybody. You can't support yourself, let alone a family, on a part-time job. And regarding revenue, taxes, but revenue, money coming into the system, part-time jobs don't earn enough to even pay any taxes. So you don't pay taxes. So they're worthless. They're not real jobs. Okay, a real job is a job that you can support yourself, support your family, pay the mortgage, pay the bills. I mean, that's why you have a job, right? So you can live and pay your rent and everything. If you can't do that, then it's not really a good job. It is a job. Technically, it's a job, but it's not a real job. And so they don't pay in taxes. So that's the kind of garbage that happens when Democrats are in charge. Then they want to tax the rich, the exact opposite of what you want to do, since the rich are the ones who create the jobs. And then here's what they don't tell you. They lower the, or I should say they change the threshold at which someone is considered rich. So when they say they're taxing the rich, they're actually taxing middle class people. So they're liars. And here's another thing that they do. If you're a small business owner and you're an LLC, you file your taxes under personal taxes. And so what the Democrats do when they claim they're taxing the rich, they're actually taxing small businesses and putting small businesses out of business. And so it's all a giant lie with the Democrats. So now here's an update, ladies and gentlemen. And this would be just perfect for so many reasons. Trump is talking about abolishing and doing away with the IRA. Well, bam! What do you do without, and then of course, I hope that also includes doing away with the income tax. So where do we get our revenues from if there's no more income tax? We get them from a consumption tax. You buy something, you buy a Coke, you know, you go buy a television, you buy something, and there's a tax, and that's what you pay. And what that is so, it is, I don't have time in this video to explain how wonderful and perfect that is. Because first of all, the IRS is really an army full of very dangerous people who can take away everything you own and wrongfully, you know, persecute you and prosecute you. Do away with that. Do away with paying taxes every April 15th. Do away with having to hire a tax person. Do away with the long forms and the deductions on your paycheck, and do away with all that. And you just pay a little tax when you buy something, right? You buy a Coke. So instead of $1, it's $1.10, right? But you don't, there's no deductions on your paycheck, and there's no IRS to worry about, and there's no April 15th date to worry about, and no forms and none of that stuff. Abolish the IRS, abolish the income tax, institute a consumption tax. If Trump was able to do that, his face would truly belong on Mount Rushmore. I kid you not. It would be the greatest thing that ever, this economy would boom. You talk about real jobs and a booming economy. I mean, you have no idea what a boon that would be to this country to do something like that. Now, whenever something wonderful happens, unfortunately, there are some people who have hitched their wagons to the bad way of doing things. And so people like all those little bitty tax companies out there, a lot of those would go out of business. So, you know, that's the price you pay. But they're okay. They'll find something else to do. They're smart people. They can open up a different business. So you would right away, you would immediately have some people complain, oh, look at these small businesses going out of business. Yeah, little tax companies that are only there because you cannot figure out how to fill out the long tax form, right? So yeah, we would lose those. But on the whole, it would be so fantastic. You cannot believe. So that's the update on taxes. So anyway, I'm going to put a couple of links in the description of this video. Please click on them. I'd like you to bookmark our Real News Links website. And I'd also like you to sign up for the New World Order discussion forum. And I will, and if I don't see you before then, have a great 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. That's coming up in a couple of weeks. And I will see you in the next great American video. Adios, muchachos.